adventurers. Welcome to Endless Fridays with Nina, the travel podcast where we inspire, share, and explore the world of travel. I'm your host, travel enthusiast, and chief daydreamer Nina, and I'm thrilled to have you join me. Today, we are joined by a very special guest. Fasten your seatbelts as we meet the man with all of the travel connections, the man who works to make your travels memorable and easy. Please give a warm virtual welcome to travel agent Carlton.
Hello, fellow travelers. My name is Carlton Millinder, as Nina has introduced me. I am a travel agent with Inteletravel. I've been in the travel business since 2021, June 2021, and I'm just happy to be here on the podcast today and share some travel insider information with you.
All right, awesome. Welcome, Carlton. I'm so happy for you to join us here. I didn't know that you had been in the travel agency realm for what, almost 3 years? 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. Okay. Tell us about the services that you can provide to travelers.
Trains, automobiles, concerts, sporting events, cruises, even roadways and trains as well. So uh, if you need it, even vacation rentals. So if you need it, we have it.
Awesome. So it sounds like any area of travel, and then I'm hearing something new with like concerts and games too. Okay, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. So cruises, Amtrak, airplanes, hotels, all of that. Okay, awesome. So the added bonus are the concerts, and games. So that's pretty cool.
Very, very
Yes.
much. That's definitely the added bonus. I'm getting a lot of requests for that, especially now with football season coming up.
Oh, cool. That's pretty cool. Did you get any requests for the Beyonce concert or the Usher concert?
So I got a couple, and it was kind of crazy because those tickets were sky high. So I said, look, you're not gonna get really anything too competitive at this point for the Beyonce tickets, unless you're just looking for availability to grab them.
Yeah.
So I had like a couple inquiries. I actually had one person that bought them
Okay. Cool.
for the trade show, so that was nice.
Cool. Okay. So that is great for our audience here. If they want to reach out to you for concerts or games, that's pretty awesome.
See, with a company called Events 365, and they suppliers like kind of like a StubHub. So we also use Golden Tickets, but found out that Golden Tickets is a little bit higher as far as the price. So I tell people if you're gonna do it, go with 365 events.
Okay. So I like the fact that you are still looking for a good deal for your customers. So I like that. Appreciate that.
No problem. That's the most important thing of it for me is when I can find at least either a good deal or sometimes at least some perks if they're not really a price deal for the client.
Okay. So what made you become a travel agent?
So my business partner and sponsor, she reached out to me via social media, and we got a kind of like a nice casual conversation going. And then she mentioned that she was in the travel business and invited me on Zoom to check it out, and I accepted that invitation. And this was in 2021, like early June. And then I saw the presentation on a Friday, learned everything that I sung. And so I said, well, just give me like a week or two. I said, so I can get the investment price so I can actually join and sign up. And like a couple of days later, I just drove Uber and Lyft and got the money and said, hey, I'm ready to start now. And then I've been rocking with the installer travel ever since.
Cool. Cool. All right. So are your clients requesting travel to particular areas currently? Are you seeing any travel trends for 2025?
So I'm seeing like right. So for me, well, at least what I've been booking is like Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Jamaica. So those are a lot of the usually good destinations, right? Um, right now, I'm seeing a lot of buzz for Greece for
Ooh,
2020.
okay.
My directors, Saturday Ernest Johnson, and the business, they just, and they're on my team, they just came back from like a 7 day Greece cruise.
Cool.
And I saw the pictures and everything, and I was like, you know what, this is on my bucket list. Uh, and their kids are grown. I say all that to say they went on the Virgin Voyages cruise, so that has become really popular right now.
Okay.
It cruise game, especially the demand was shooting up, during the COVID era, and now it's shooting up even more, which is phenomenal. And adult cruises have shot up by far because they're trying to get these parents trying to get away from their kids. So I'm getting a lot of requests for Virgin. We also are partnered with Viking Voyages. Usually, the target market for that is a little bit of an older market, considering that those are longer cruises and longer expeditions.
Okay. Yeah, the Viking.
That's yeah, yes, yeah. And I think people ask me all the time, they're like, "What's the difference?" I'm like, "Well, if you want a party, you're gonna go with Virgin. If you want more of an explorative, where you're going into the city and kind of more so doing community and city activities and cultural activities, you're gonna go with Viking."
Okay. So, do you know? I'm just curious. While you're talking about cruises, do you know of if between the two either offers travel to Galapagos Island?
I would have to look, to be
Okay.
honest. I'm thinking that would be more Viking.
Okay. Okay.
Sound on the explorative side.
Yes.
So I'm definitely gonna bet that that's gonna be in Viking's bucket. And I know Viking does three different cruises. They do rivers, oceans, and expeditions. And expeditions are like the long team 21, 28 day cruises.
Okay.
Stuff that people our age don't really necessarily have the time freedom to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Some
But
people are working,
they'll
busy
hate
working.
that cruise. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
I'm like, back from a 28-day cruise, I'm gonna have a nap. So, but that's something I can check out for your audience and find it out.
Okay. I'm just curious for myself.
Absolutely.
Yep, if Galapagos Islands is on the list for Viking. To your point, I would imagine it is, but I'm just curious.
So I would imagine so. And then I'm willing to also check Princess Cruises because with them.
Hmm.
And Celebrity Cruises, I think, is enough.
Okay.
Roy and sister company. So those are like the ones that's popping in my head that I think would check the box. But I think Viking would be at the top of the list.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. And then I was gonna say, Greece is on my bucket list as well, Carlton. It got interrupted during COVID, so yes, it's still on my list. Maybe next year with your recommendation, maybe 2025 will be the year for Santorini, Greece.
Oh, real nice. You see a lot of videos on footage and different things, and I'm like, you know what? That would be the place to go. And there's a lot of, I think Santorini was one of the stops on their cruise as well, and they did like 6 stops. I'm like, what? This is all I need to do.
That's nice. That's nice. So, what places would you recommend for travel for the last part of 2024?
Okay, we talk about domestic and international, just international.
Yes, either or.
So last the 24. So I'm starting with domestic. I'm gonna be a little biased. I am a Miami guy, so I'm definitely putting Miami on the list. Especially for my music fans there and my hip hop fans in particular. There is the big Rolling Loud Music Festival.
Okay.
It used to be in July. I went in 2022. It was amazing. But it was super hot because that's like the apex of summer, right? So, I believe with the overwhelming request of complaints, they decided to move it to December. That'll be December 12th to the 15th.
Okay, awesome.
Miami is gonna be on the domestic side. I'm definitely gonna say Vegas with all the music events and talk to them restarting it.
Okay.
So I definitely would also say Vegas as far as that goes. Going into international, I'm looking to take a trip to the DR, so I'm putting DR on my list for my 40th birthday. That's one of my ideas. I'm also looking at Costa Rica. I'm also looking at Japan. That is something that my
Mm.
brother and I want to do because we're huge gamers and he's an anime fan.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Um, um, and we kind of got this idea reignited. Was a neighbor of ours. He went on Japan to Japan, and he shared his journey. And he went to the Mario Museum and all these crazy events and crazy like gaming things that we kind of all grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty elaborate when I saw his Facebook stories and his reels. I showed my brother. I said, "Look, you said you want to go to Japan. We need to go." I'm like, it's gonna be just the two of us going around in Japan.
Now that's pretty cool. I never really thought about Japan as a gaming hub. I used to be a gamer back in the day. I am not in my adult years here. But I've never really thought about Japan as a go-to for gamers, but to your point, that actually is a great spot for that. So,
It is because if you think about it, and I know you said you've been out of the gaming scene. And it would make sense because that's where Nintendo is headquartered, right?
mhm,
So,
mhm,
so of course it would make sense that you would have Mario and all these different, Nintendo themed,
yeah.
places, because of the culture there. So it's amazing how relevant Nintendo has been 3.5 decades, maybe four.
Yeah. Yep. So when I think of Japan, I think a lot of its culture. But I also Japan is on my bucket list as well. Um, I think about Disney. So I would like to go to Japan to stop at Disney while I'm there. So, yep, so I can have the little mix of culture as well as fun. So, no, I can see that being a great trip to Japan. Hmm.
I'm glad you said Disney. We are definitely partnered with Disney. I'm actually working with a client now. He happens to be my fraternity brother. He's looking to do a Disney vacation with his wife and their 3 kids.
Awesome.
Uh,
Is it
we're not doing Japan, but
is it is it is it through a cruise or is it through a land cruise that they're looking at? Just curious.
they're looking to do land.
Okay. Okay. Or land
Yeah.
land only, I should say. But
Yeah,
yes, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was something that kind of came up. We had a Zoom with all of our frat brothers, and it just kind of came up. And I was like, well, you should let me help you take care of that.
That's good. That's good. So you take out the stresses of travel planning. Um I have never officially booked with a travel agent, but I'm starting to hear more about just the services that they offer. And honestly, at this point in life, I would love to have someone help me plan my trip so that there is less for me to worry and stress about. So I'm loving right now just exploring, the services that the travel agents and agencies offer. So that's pretty awesome.
Oh, absolutely. It's something that, people kind of, I don't want to say they take for granted. Just some people don't really have the knowledge of, what travel advisors really do and what benefit that they can provide, to them, to the client.
Yeah. So that actually leads into my next question here. What is the advantage of using a travel agent or agency versus booking your own trip or with a travel group?
So absolutely. So one of the major areas we kind of talked about just a short while ago is kind of taking the stress off of the client. You can basically tell us, what it is that you want, and we look for those deals and those specials for you. We go through also looking through a travel agent. You are able to, if it's a trip that's not far, or whatever, let me make sure I say the name. If it's a trip that's a little ways away travel-wise, you can put down a deposit. And if you're trying to book that yourself, that's not really available, to the everyday consumer. So
So,
that's one point.
so you're saying that if I know that I want to book a year out or 8 months out, you would be able to do that versus if I was to go on my own to try and book. So you would also give that advantage. I actually love that. I know even with flights sometimes, right? Like Delta's my go-to for
Yes.
flights. And sister flights of Delta when I'm traveling internationally, but um there's always a cutoff even in the flights. So in the hotels, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 months in advance, but I know you typically cannot go a year out. So no, that's a great bonus to.
Keeping those packages together, flight, hotel, at least 45 days out or more. We partner with like Vacation Express, and that supplier. We're also able to, um, people that doing international travel are able to, put down a down payment, and then the client can make, their own payments, or I can, make them on their behalf.
Okay.
So you can serve the client in both ways. So I even have a person right now. She's actually taking her and her son to Scotland, Glasgow,
Mm.
Scotland. She's doing this for her son's 21st birthday,
Nice.
and she's uh, looking at through Delta Vacations. We call it World Agent Direct, and that's the portal for the travel agent.
Okay.
Where we go and do the bookings for them, and she was referred to me by a friend of mine. So when she reached out to me, she had these elaborate ideas, and we just kind of took it one by one. I just did the research for her. I kind of broke everything down, the difference between Glasgow and Edinburgh, and the different activities that she was looking to do. And then she decided to go with Glasgow. She uh, put down her deposit in like March, and she's going in late September.
Cool. So if someone was booking directly with you, how far in advance would you say to reach out to you?
So if this is something that you, the client, is thinking about, I would say at least 30 to 40 days out.
Okay.
If you want to do a deposit and you want to do it that way, I would say 45 days out or more.
Okay. Okay. All right. So still got a little bit of time for our folks that love to travel but may plan at the last minute. So, okay.
Absolutely, yes. For my last minute travel, definitely give it me at least 45 days or more. That way we get you at least a down payment that's a little bit more flexible,
Okay.
and you won't still feel so crunched. People don't even necessarily have to contact me directly if they don't want to for that. I can literally just give them the link. They go on the portal, and then they see whoever it is that they want to see, and they'll be able to see the prices in real time.
Okay, nice. So I will make sure to include all of your contact information so my YouTube family here can reach out and book with you directly. Is there anything else that you want to share with the audience today?
If you're looking to plan that trip, and you say to yourself, "Oh my God, this is so overwhelming. I don't think I have the funds." I would say just come to me with this. We can work around your budget. I can plan trips even as far as a year or more out, especially if it's cruises. We're doing booking for 2025 and 2026 in some cases. That'd be Royal Caribbean, Princess, Celebrity. We can book that far out in advance, especially for cruises.
So I love that. And Carlton, from my Friday morning financial standpoint, I always encourage my listeners and audience there on that front to make sure that they plan ahead. Some people have a travel fund, so a little bit over time goes a long way. So I like that. Um,
So it's the same thing for My Olympic fans out there, I'll be doing the same thing for 2028. I'm already putting money aside right now
I love
to
that.
support Team USA because they killed it this year. They're gonna do it again in 2028.
Yes, I would, and I would love to see that. Now, it's 2028 when they're coming to the U.S.
Yes, they're
It
gonna go.
is.
They're gonna be in LA.
They're going to be in LA. Okay. So I need to start planning that myself, my own.
Fun fact for people that may or may not remember, we hadn't had an Olympics here as the host country since 1996 when it was in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's
Uh, so it has been a long time. And you might ask yourself, who in the world was performing back then? I'm a sports guy. I can tell you. Dominique Dawes was the queen of gymnastics back then. Jackie Joyner Kersey was still running.
what she's doing.
1996, yes.
Wow. Okay.
The runner Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. Yep.
Michael Johnson from 1996. And those gold shoes that he had on running the 100, the 200, and the 400 meter.
Yes. I'm trying to think. And honestly, I don't even remember it being in Atlanta in '96. I really don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It learned for a lot of people, and people like, how do you remember that? I was like, because I watched literally every event that I could, and you didn't have TiVo back then, so we had that VHS and recorded all that stuff.
yep. So, and I was just having this conversation the other day, and I was saying that for the Olympics. So, I used to watch the Olympics like you did, but you have a better memory than me because I'm like 96 in Atlanta. I don't even remember who was doing what then, right? But
Yeah.
I remember watching that on regular TV, and it would just like run, run, run. And you can watch it all day. Now you have to go on Peacock, and you have to have a subscription. And I mean, I'm sure they have some of the events that were on regular TV, but it's not the same because I was like you. I would sit for the weekend and watch as much as I could. So I'm definitely big on the Olympics because I love sports. So, yep.
And like you said, it's so much. And it's kind of like ridiculous because I did have to like record a lot of stuff because I was watching everything, and even from '96 to now. Like I say, there's more platforms, more premium things, and now there's more contests. Like this year, you have breakdancing for the first time.
I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that.
It was interesting. If you're into breakdancing, it's officially a sport now,
Okay.
right? I'm like, if cheerleading is a sport, I'm campaigning for breakdancing.
To be in sport.
No cheerleaders. I love all sports. If it's competitive, I'm down for it. So you had that. You had the new event of speed rock climbing, which is amazing. These guys are climbing really high walls in like under 6 to 7 seconds.
Wow.
You look up Blink Moments up. And then they also had white water rafting for the first time ever in the Summer Olympics, which was amazing as well. Very, very competitive, along with your boxing, wrestling, and even the badminton and ping pong contests were insane.
Oh wow. So I did for I would say this is not usually what I watch, but I did watch the surfing in Tahiti. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool to see the big waves in Tahiti and them to take on those big waves. So yeah.
Hopefully, I think it's an Australian woman, I believe, that won gold for surfing, I believe.
I think she was from Australia. So,
They took both in a lot of different things. And of course, I can't leave, like, since you mentioned water, can't leave out our USA team for swimming. And I definitely have to give big up to the Chinese team for the diving because they dominated it.
yes, for sure, for sure. I'm sad to see that come to an end, but um, to your point, in 2028, sounds like you guys can start planning now for once in a lifetime uh Olympics in the U.S. and LA. If you need someone to get on your travel planning for you, feel free to reach out to Carlton so he can hook you up. Carlton, I love the fact that you are one that likes to plan and get into the details as if you are planning your own trip for someone. So kudos to you for that type of service.
Thank you.
All right. So, and there you have it, YouTube family. A big shout out to Carlton. Thank you so much for stopping through. Until next time, keep those passports handy and your hearts wide open. This is Nina signing off from Endless Fridays. Live like every day is Friday. There you have it, Facebook family. Facebook. We are not on Facebook. Okay. It gets better. I'm on her time. Okay. Princess Ivy. Okay. So I'm, s- I'm still recording. I'm going I'm going to try to pick up and edit it in. So I appreciate your patience. Hey, hey. Hmm. Okay. Are you done? You done? Okay, I gotta pause that. I gotta pause that.